Welcome to Sara Gonzales Unfiltered. It's going to be a doozy today. I've already got two guests that are misbehaving, and we haven't even started the show yet. Welcome, Matt Marsden, BlazeTV contributor and actor and producer extraordinaire, along with Steve Baker, of course, Blaze Media's very own investigative journalist. And we're just going to get into some trouble. Why didn't we get the whiskey out?
It's right there.
It would have been a good day for it.
That was dumb.
You know what?
Don't let me be dumb again like that.
Still drink.
We can.
Make Sarah dumb again.
No, don't do that.
Gonna make Sarah dumb again. Dumb as a box of rocks.
Yeah.
She's gonna go on The View.
Okay, well, maybe we'll get it after the break. I don't know. Let's just jump in the time machine for a second, okay? And then go back to June of 2024 when Kash Patel went on the Joe Rogan Experience and casually just sort of, dropped this bomb.
Me, as the director of the FBI, the former Russiagate guy, when I first got to the Bureau, found a room that Comey and others hid from the world in the Hoover building, full of documents and computer hard drives that no one had ever seen or heard of. Locked the key and hid access and just said, no one's ever going to find this place.
What?
Yeah. So my guys are going through that right now.
What's in there?
A lot of stuff.
This said 2024. It was actually 2025, guys. And so a source now, this is on Fox News everywhere, a source close to Kash Patel says that exactly what Kash found. A trove of sensitive documents related to the origins of the Trump-Russia probe buried in multiple burn bags in a secret room inside the Bureau. So then the question, of course, that is asked naturally is, what is a burn bag? A burn bag, the whole system is used to destroy documents designed as classified or higher. And so they say it was multiple burn bags were found and filled with thousands of documents. One of the documents FBI officials found in a burn bag was the classified annex to former special counsel John Durham's final report, which includes the underlying intelligence that he reviewed, and that contents of the classified annex included that the U.S. intelligence community had credible foreign sources indicating that the FBI would play a role in spreading the alleged Trump-Russia collusion narrative before the Bureau ever launched its controversial Crossfire Hurricane probe.
Wow.
Do you remember, before the election, and we were like, we just should burn this all down? Like, it should just all go. We should just burn it all to the ground. I stand by my statement. So the classified annex is now being declassified in a joint effort by CIA Director John Ratcliffe, FBI Director Kash Patel, DNI Tulsi Gabbard, Attorney General Pam Bondi, Acting National Security Agency Director William Hartman. And once declassified, it's going to be transmitted to Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley, who says that he will then release it to the public. And listen, we here at Sara Gonzales Unfiltered take anonymous sources with a grain of salt, right? However, I will just say, for full context, that the anonymous source elaborated on the significance of this finding, saying ultimately the release of the classified annex will lend more credibility to the assertion that there was a coordinated plan inside the U.S. government to help the Clinton campaign stir up controversy connecting Trump to Russia. Mere days after this intelligence was collected, the FBI launched Crossfire Hurricane. It's really hard to see how Brennan, Clapper, and Comey are going to be able to explain this away. I agree. And Obama, I would add to that list. Really hard to see now that we are getting all of these documents. And, the more you think about this and the more we see the treasure trove of the burn bags and the documents that DNI Tulsi Gabbard is releasing, showing that Obama had these meetings and they concocted the whole damn thing. And you're looking at this and you're like, they really didn't think that we were going to win. Like, they really didn't think that these would ever come out, I guess. They never thought that there would be people in a position to go in and look for these documents and expose them for who they really are. I guess they were so arrogant that they really thought that they were never going to get caught.
Well, there's the other problem.
Uh-oh.
And that is that we also thought that there was a little black book of Epstein's clients. We were told by the same guy.
I knew you were going to be a black rain cloud, Steve.
I'm sorry.
I just knew it. I knew you were going to be.
And I've been, look, I have officially been cut off from the 7th floor. So there's no way that I know anything about the most recent incidences of certain people showing up late for work at the Hoover building, hungover from the night before.
Uh-oh.
You notice I'm looking straight into the camera.
I do. Who are you talking to?
But I've been cut off, so I don't know anything about these things.
Wait, who on the 7th floor, Steve?
All I'm saying is that they should never, ever come forward, anybody at the Hoover building or the FBI anywhere, and talk about secret rooms. Period.
Oh.
That's all I'm going to say.
This is so cryptic.
Yeah, on purpose. Remember, I was pissed off about something that happened recently.
I do.
Related to that.
Steve just sent a message to people.
Yeah, I know.
I know what that's all about.
On my show, I'm like, am I going to get a hit out?
Not you.
Well, maybe. It's my show. Did you just put my life in danger?
Not yours, but...
Your life's already been in danger for a while now, Steve.
Danger's his middle name.
Are you a black rain cloud too?
No, look, no, what I'll say is this, is I can't hate these people enough. Like, I can't hate the people that were under the Obama administration enough, because this is literally, what they had back then is a banana republic.
A what?
A banana republic.
It sounds fancier when you say it, and I don't like it.
Say it.
Banana.
Banana or banana? No. A banana republic. Like, that sounds kind of cool.
Okay, it's a banana republic.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll talk like this the whole time. I will not speak with a British accent again. No, but the reason why, one of the reasons why I fell in love with America was because it's a free country. Like, it truly is a great country, and for all the values that it was founded on. And they just trashed that. That was just gone. And I also do think, and it's really important for our viewers to really remember this is a country that is protected by God. I really do believe that, because I don't think that there is any way in any other country that Trump would have won. I think you've got to look at it as in divine intervention, that he somehow, especially the second time. I mean, the first time they were like, what is going on? I think it really did broadside them, but there's no reason.
Well, the second time they stole
tried to kill him.
No.
The second time they stole it.
The third time they tried to kill him.
Right. But these people are despicable, and they have no right to point the finger at Putin or anyone else to say that it's a communist regime. They're communists. That's it. And I think that what I want to see, Brennan and Clapper, I want them to explain it in a court of law. None of this bullshit like, let's have a Senate hearing, right? This is literally treason, right? Because they're diverting the will of the American people. They need to be taken into a court of law and prosecuted. And I want to see it happen, right? Because like you said, now I'm done. They have destroyed the credibility of the United States. And you can see now, like, how they were just fleecing. Why wouldn't Joe Biden come in and sign with the auto? Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't the puppet masters behind just like work all this behind the scenes bullshit while they're raping our country in every way, shape or form? They need to go to jail. That's it.
And if we don't see it, then it's all for naught. Because look, we're excited about what Gabbard has been releasing. She's been the superstar so far in terms of her efforts, not over-promising and under-delivering like the others ad nauseum. And yet, nevertheless, until we see the DOJ take the baton and do what's next, what is required, exactly what you described right there, then what have we accomplished?
Nothing. It's nothing.
Because all it does, it's the same thing as not restoring the whistleblowers. It's the exact same thing. They're setting a precedent for the next administration, whoever that is, and especially if it's the wrong people, to know that they'll get by with anything. And then, of course, obviously, the equal and opposite is that with the whistleblowers, forget it. There's no more whistleblowers ever coming out again.
Why would you? It just destroy your life. Right, why would you do it?
Yeah, I mean, I do almost feel like it's more harmful to come out with this material and then not have any sort of follow through or consequence from it, right? Because then they'll be so emboldened and arrogant that, like, hey, we can do this in broad daylight. And even if they do pull out the files that show that we did it, nothing's going to happen. So who cares? We'll just do it again.
Right. And that it doesn't matter if it's these files in the alleged hidden room, or if it's the files on Obama, or if they ever decide whether or not there are Epstein files to be revealed. If there's no follow through, then we're lost. I mean, seriously, I don't want to be that big of a Debbie Downer and bring that much darkness to your show today, but it's a true statement.
I mean, you're the one sitting at the table who works the most with, well, I guess maybe not anymore, but does the most, investigative work in conjunction with members of, Congress, the DOJ, the FBI. I mean, you're the one with all these connections there. So you would be the most equipped to speak on it, I guess. But part of me wants to be hopeful that they are following through on releasing all of this, on giving the American people the information. It's just, yes, we need that other second part. The second part is the most important part of the follow through. And with Pam Bondi at the helm, I do have some concerns.
I will tell you, I will, if they do follow through on all of these or some of these, and some of these things that they're telling us to be patient about, if they come through, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, or at the very end of the administration, they finally got all of the legal processes tied up and every I's dotted, every T's crossed, and they finally follow through. I will get down on my knees on this show and I will do a mea culpa and I will ask for forgiveness. I will do it. And I'm here to say I want to do that. Follow through and show me that I'm wrong. But as of right now, on certain particular issues that I know they could have already handled already, there is no restrictions, there are no barriers keeping them from producing the results and fulfilling the promises that they made prior to becoming the director or the deputy director or the whatever of whatever agency.
Why aren't they doing it? Why aren't they doing it? If there's got to be a reason. Is it a personal reason?
A, they may not be in control. B, they may be controlled.
By whom?
Compromised or
compromised.
Ugh.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, Sarah, we're not surprised. You can't be surprised by that because a lot of the good people are too, how can I say, righteous to get those jobs, right? Because they won't compromise. There's a few people that will get through, very few. I think Tulsi is one of those. But I think on the whole, you're dealing with political animals that do what they need to do to get where they need to be.
Yeah.
And that's a really sad thing.
Well, I mean, for Donald Trump's part, at least he is still going all in. He reposted a post on Truth Social that said it's time to indict Obama the traitor for treason.
But he's got to do it. Do it.
So
do it.
I don't think it's really hard to see where Donald Trump stands on any of this. And by the way, for the record, I agree with him. I 100% agree with him that needs to happen.
Can I just say something about that, Sarah?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
That is a prompt. Because he communicates like that. That's not just for the left. That's for his own side.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean,
you know what I mean?
It's not the first time he said it. Like, he's been very clear that he thinks that should happen.
So why isn't it happening? He's the president of the United States. Why isn't it happening?
Well, they could still be getting there.
This is happening. This is happening with his own appointees. It's happening with his own favorable Congress. Just like the announcement of the new January 6th committee. That was something that the president told Speaker Johnson to do on January 20th, the day after. Speaker Johnson, yes, sir.
Didn't do it.
We're going to do it.
Yeah.
And it took Congressman Loudermilk going back to an Oval Office visit to tell Trump, sorry, they have not fulfilled their promise to you yet. And Trump was angry. He had no idea that the wheels had not even at least been put in motion. And so the president became involved, or we still would not have the announcement of that committee.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. All right, let's go ahead and switch gears here. We'll take a quick break and then we'll come back with more. First, we want to thank our sponsor, Relief Factor, this segment. So Relief Factor is there for, maybe those of you like Matt Marsden who have reached the age where you just live in constant pain. That's Matt's life now.
It's true.
And but real true story. I am just giving him shit. True story though. He has taken Relief Factor with great success. He still takes it for his neck. He's got all these neck problems. And Steven over there in the control room is always like, Matt, I need you to scoot up. And Matt's like, I can't. It's my back, my neck. I have to sit back.
I'm not.
Look at him.
I'm just saying.
He's not sitting back anymore, Steven. You're welcome. You really have to thank Relief Factor for that, because Relief Factor is an all-natural anti-inflammatory that gets to the root cause of your pain, which is the inflammation. So it's not just going to mask any sort of pain. It's going to eliminate it from the actual root cause. They've got a 3-week quick start. It's less than $1 a day. It's $19.95. And 70% of the people who order that 3-week quick start go on to keep ordering more. That's how many people it's working for. So the odds are in your favor that if you try it, it can work for you. And that can be life-changing for you. They've got a guarantee. You have nothing to lose. You're out nothing, except potentially your pain. All right. So go there, relieffactor.com. Get that 3-week quick start over at relieffactor.com. There are certain moments in Trump's golden age where the mainstream media has to admit things that they just really don't want to admit. Like, you can tell it makes them upset. They don't want America to succeed under Trump. They want everything to be miserable. And yet, President Trump's economic growth is so significant and so surpassing the expectations of the experts that even CNBC was forced to admit that hey, actually, things are looking great. Watch.
Up 3%, up 3%, better than expected. That would be the highest level since the third quarter of 24, when it was up 3.1%. On the consumption side, up 1.4, very close to estimates. Up 1.4 would be the best since the last quarter of 24.
Better than expected. Oh, that's because your experts suck. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent elaborated in a post on X. He said, real GDP grew 3% in Q2, surpassing expectations. Consumer spending is up and inflation is cooling. This is what an America first economy looks like, and the best is yet to come. Now, you had to have some Democrats, some lefties on the other side who are like, no, it's fake news. This is not happening. Even though it was reported on our very own CNBC, Chuck Schumer was one of those people. Here's what he said today.
And while the Trump administration will try to wave rosy headlines about the Q2 number, today's GDP number is in fact a mirage.
It's just a mirage. Do not believe your lying eyes. It's just a mirage, everyone. Nothing to see here. I mean, these people literally salivate at the opportunity for America to fail.
Nobody cares about them anymore, though. I really believe that. Like, it used to be, you used to get mad at them, right? Because you're lying, and, how can people believe this? But now I just go, whatever, dude. Like, it's just like anything if you want to say something against Trump, that's all you do, go right ahead, because that's your MO. You're never going to come, like you said, you're never going to come and congratulate the president on making America better. Like, that should be something that everybody wants, even the Democrats. Mm-hmm. I mean, I would, if the Democrats passed something that was good for America, I'd applaud them for it. But this is where we are, and nobody takes them seriously anymore. Okay, why isn't it? You can imagine it's like the GDP grew to 4%. Well, why wasn't it 5? And you're like, I'm over it. Just knock yourself out. I don't care. I don't care anymore.
But see, we all live in that that elite media bubble. Because I mean, Sarah, you're making $20 million a year.
Right, in my dreams. Yep.
And you're getting $16 million for guest.
Yeah,
just
being
first buddy
a year, just as a contributor or something. So we don't know what it feels like to go out shopping.
We're just sitting in our ivory towers.
That's right. But the reality is, on this trip that I'm on right now, the cheapest I paid for gas since I've been here is $2.34 a gallon. Not last year.
Right.
So, okay, I can live that personally. I can go to the grocery store and go, oh, eggs are a third of the price they were last year. I can live that personally. So what am I missing other than the fact that they're just lying again?
Right.
And then they're doom mongering on the tariffs, which, if you remember on this show, we said that the tariffs would be a negotiating tactic and it would work out. And guess what? It's worked out. You know, it's funny. If you saw people, even on the left now, they're like, Donald Trump, look, he went over and opened a golf course in Scotland. You're like, he went over and met with the Prime Minister and he did a deal with the EU that got him billions of dollars. Yeah. Forgive him if he pops over to his golf course and has. I think he's okay to go and do that, actually, with the amazing deal that he just got.
Oh, yeah. In contrast, Joe Biden going to, the beach in Delaware every single freaking weekend with his shirt off, just sunning it up. Like, okay, well, at least Donald Trump is doing something. Joe Biden was doing nothing except watching our country go in the shitter while he spent his every weekend at the beach. Like, I'm okay with a little bit of rounds of golf.
Why do they never recall how often Obama played golf? No, Obama played
a lot.
I know.
A lot. He wasn't good. Never was. Never will be. And Trump is actually a very skilled golfer.
Good golfer.
And okay, so Trump owns his own golf courses. Like everyone he plays, he seems to own, including Turnberry. Yeah. I've played Turnberry twice, and it's one of the most, well, I would say top 3 most beautiful golf courses in the world.
Really?
And they don't even hold the Open there any longer because his name is on the resort property.
Shut up.
No, they took him off. They took him off of the Open Rota when he bought the property. Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. Historic, has unbelievable history there as a British Open golf course. Incredibly challenging. It's beautiful or more beautiful than Pebble Beach. And nope, they can't have the British Open there any longer.
Wow.
Not until he sells it, I guess.
Talk about TDS.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. This is the ultimate TDS.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. So we've got that happening at the same time that, I believe that we are supposed to find out August 1st. So we're going to know more this coming Friday. His next tariff deadline is August 1st. So we could potentially see tariffs rising for several different countries without trade deals, which I know he is working on, like as of this very moment, with multiple different countries. Canada, Mexico, China, South Korea, Taiwan, India, and Brazil all have tariffs slated to rise without trade deals, which, again, I mean, to Matt's point, I never said, like, this is guaranteed to work. But what I did say was, I don't know, all the other guys have not been doing this and have been doing it the exact opposite way, and it's not worked out for us at all. So maybe we should try this, guys. Let's just try it. It couldn't get any worse, could it? Let's just try it and see what happens. And so far, it's been a pretty great gamble. I'm okay with it.
Listen, I mean, what he did with the auto industry with Japan was a masterstroke, so what he wants to do is bring those jobs to the United States of America, which makes sense, right? So that's what he's doing. And like you said, Sarah, why not try it? Because we are getting shafted and we are the only superpower and we are this massive economy. And I saw something on Instagram the other day. It was saying how in debt Europe is. Europe is in a lot of trouble. Like a lot of trouble, and they need us. Mm-hmm. They need the American dollar, the spending power of the United States, and he's wielding it, and they will come to heel. Do you remember the European Union? They're like, no, we're never going to do. Oh, excuse me, please, sir. This is great. It's saying America's the greatest country in the world. It's a privilege for you to do business with us, right? Because do you know what? Go into business with China, and they will screw you. They'll steal your IP. It's a communist nation. They depress their currency, right, to make themselves more economically viable. This is it. Work with the only reliable country on the planet that has an engine like this. So either you do or you don't. And we're right to utilize it. It's an asset. Of course you would. But the part of it.
But the MSM narrative that was emailed out to them, yesterday or this morning or whatever, is that Trump was over there doing nothing but enriching himself. That's right. That all of the deals that he made were specifically to enrich him and his elitist friends, despite the fact that at least in 2 tranches of funds from the deals he made just on this one trip, we've got over $1 trillion coming from Europe this direction. That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
That's a massive, massive amount of
We
money.
desperately need it.
And money that was not coming ever before as a result of any other administration's efforts over there.
Yeah. I also, as we're talking about this, one of the existing issues kind of plaguing America right now that I know President Trump has been very vocal on are the interest rates and the Federal Reserve and Chairman Jerome Powell. What's he call him? Too late Powell is what he calls Jerome Powell, because they're like, all right, it's time to adjust the interest rates to this new economy. What are you doing? And the Federal Reserve announced earlier today that they're going to leave their benchmark interest rate unchanged. They are going to leave it at a range of 4.25 to 4.5, where it has remained following all 5 of the Fed's policy meetings this year.
It's ridiculous.
It's really ridiculous. I was really excited when I saw that hoax going around that Jerome Powell had submitted his resignation letter, and I was like, perfect. And then I found out that it was not true. Oh, he definitely has to go.
He's literally hampering the American economy right now.
Mm-hmm.
If he dropped it, even by half a point, whatever, it would make such a massive difference to the economy.
Which is maybe why he doesn't want to do it.
Of course, they hate America. I'm sorry, they do. They hate Trump. Anyway.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. I mean, maybe. Why not both? When we're talking about these people, why not both? All right, we got to take a quick break. We will be back with more, but I want to, I guess, remind some of you, if you have not yet checked out The Cover Up on BlazeTV, it's actually a really great docuseries that exposes, speaking of the federal government, exposes how the federal government and public health agencies lied to you during COVID. I know. Clutch your pearls, gasp. I know you're really shocked to hear that. But how big tech helped them cover it all up. And they've got a new episode 5. It's releasing tomorrow. It's going to be explosive. It dives into the pandemic industrial complex, showing how Fauci, Birx, and government bureaucrats worked with social media platforms to silence the truth. You can go watch it at FauciCoverup.com/Sarah. Get $20 off of your subscription over at FauciCoverup.com/Sarah. Got really sad breaking news as of this afternoon. Are you ready?
Oh, no.
Bet you haven't heard it yet. Do we have any tissues? Just kidding. Former Vice President Kamala Harris announced Wednesday she would not run for governor of California to replace Governor Gavin.
No! No!
Yep.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah, that was. You're an actor.
No, I couldn't really go.
It was like yeah. You didn't go all in.
Didn't go all in. Oh, good grief.
Well,
Yeah,
she's still in the lead for on polling to be the presidential.
The presidential.
Top of the ticket, right?
That's what I'm wondering. So she said, in recent months, I have given serious thought to asking the people of California for the privilege to serve as their governor. I love this state, its people, and its promise. It is my home. But after deep reflection, I've decided that I will not run for governor in this election. And she went on to say, for now, my leadership and public service will not be in elected office. But she said, for now. So who knows what's in store? Because as Steve points out, she's like the one that people are saying should just do. Hey, that really bad thing that you just did, because like you may be retarded, you should do that again. I agree.
Listen, I just love the fact that she said, after deep thought, and you imagine like the camera going up to her brain, and it's a monkey with a pair of cymbals going ting, 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 ting. I mean, that woman hasn't had a deep thought in her entire life.
That's just fact check.
She's a moron. She's moronical.
Fact check
Like the
true.
stupidest. I can't say it.
I'm so thankful that the DNC pipe bomber wasn't successful. Otherwise, we would not have had her candidacy last year or in 3.5 years.
In the future years.
What happened with that, Steve?
Oh, well, let me tell you the story about that.
It's almost like nobody made any deal whatsoever about a person that had a pipe bomb in DC on January the 6th.
Well,
And it's almost like we haven't seen new video, and it's almost like we haven't been now given access to more video, which is why I'm headed back up to DC next week.
and it's almost like we should find out to begin with why Kamala even went to the DNC on that day.
Yeah, I think
And
that
what she was doing
I think
there.
that we're. I mean, some of us are fairly well convinced why she was there that day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know where she was supposed to be. I mean, she was being certified rather, as the vice president of the United States at the Capitol at 1 o'clock. But she had on her calendar that she was going to be at the DNC from 11:30 to 3:30. And then they had to do an emergency escape when they discovered the pipe bomb. You know,
Her life was
they
in
had to
danger.
evacuate her under emergency situation when they discovered
Her life was in danger from the egg timer.
right from the egg timer. But
Sir. Those can be
her reason for being there has never been disclosed.
Any hunches there, Steve?
We've got a hunch or two.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of secret rooms in these buildings we talk about.
where what goes on, do you think?
I said I wouldn't talk about secret rooms in government buildings if I were you.
Thank you for sparing my life. So also speaking of government and lawmakers, you mentioned, Steve, earlier when we were talking about the burn bags with all of the Russia documents, you mentioned the Epstein list several times. Well, we've got this particular subject brewing in Congress. Ghislaine Maxwell is scheduled to appear before Congress on August 11th in response to their subpoena that they finally decided to send her from the House Oversight Committee. And if you guys recall, she had a list of demands, which I'm like, again, like, you're the convicted sex trafficker. That's not how this works. You don't get to make demands on us. You just do what we tell you. But she said she wanted formal immunity before her interview. She wanted the questions in advance, and she wanted to postpone any deposition until after the Supreme Court rules on her latest bid for an appeal. And apparently, Congress has denied her congressional immunity. They said the Oversight Committee will respond to Ms. Maxwell's attorney soon, but it will not consider granting congressional immunity for her testimony. So,
I think that for the first time in my relationship with you, Sarah, I'm going to respectfully disagree. I think that if she has the information that she has, the knowledge of certain, we'll call them customers that she's aware of, I think she could get anything she wanted if she made those offers to the right people and said, okay, for this name, I get a night.
Right.
I get a night at the Four Seasons. Or the
yeah,
Ritz
I don't
or whatever.
necessarily disagree with that. I just
know?
don't like the word demand.
I understand it.
Who are you're a convicted sex trafficker? Who are you to demand something of us?
We do
That's what I
know,
don't like.
But the problem is she has information that we need to get justice because they've burnt the house down on it. Like it's all gone away. So in her brain, I mean, this is just the reality of life. And
Sure, yeah.
negotiations, right? Is that in her brain she has all the bad guys,
Right.
And to me, give her it right now because I want to know who the bad guys.
Yeah, the
are.
immunity, I think they should give her.
Because it's not going to get it, from what I understand, it's not going to get it out of, like, what she's not going to want to do is incriminate herself even more. She's already going to jail. And
Well, she's already in jail.
But I mean, it's not like she's going to get out.
Right.
I think that the argument, like we said before, if there is a crime, there has to be customers, right? There has to be. And right now they're saying there are no customers, which to me, again, is the dumbest thing ever. I don't understand how they can make that argument. So in a sense, what she's doing is, if she's going to, and again, the legal eagles out there can contest this, but if she's going to go out there and incriminate herself, she needs to have immunity. It's like anything. You don't want to get into more trouble. But again, she wants to wait until after the Supreme Court sees it, because I'm sure her lawyer's going to say, hang on a minute, there are no customers, so how are there any crimes? That, I mean,
Right.
that's what I'm presuming. I did play a lawyer in a television show once.
Oh,
Yes,
No, you did
yes,
not.
he doesn't mean to
yes.
brag, but he's pretty much a lawyer.
I'm pretty much
is
a
what
lawyer.
he's saying.
Yeah, I'm pretty much.
So she apparently already has a kind of a sweetheart deal that what she's referring to that she wants a ruling on is that it granted a number of Epstein co-conspirators immunity. So her lawyer says, we're appealing not only to the Supreme Court, but to the president himself to recognize how unjust it is to scapegoat Ghislaine Maxwell for Epstein's crimes. Oh, how they're always together. They were working hand in hand, but okay. Especially when the government promised she would not be prosecuted. Yes, you heard that correctly. Especially when the government promised she would not be prosecuted. Epstein signed a non-prosecution agreement in 2007 in exchange for his guilty plea, which that agreement was sealed at the time. But then in 2015, it was unsealed. And it said, if Epstein successfully fulfills all of the terms and conditions of this agreement, the United States also agrees that it will not institute any criminal charges against any potential co-conspirators of Epstein, including but not limited to, and then it lists like 4 people that are not Ghislaine Maxwell. But her lawyer's argument is we want the Supreme Court to rule on whether or not she was immune to begin with, because Epstein made this deal with the government and the government said we won't go after any of your co-conspirators.
And what was that indictment about? And what was the name of that indictment in 2006? Do we know? Do we remember?
We do know.
Child prostitution, meaning he wasn't the only one. He and Maxwell.
He was not a child.
No. He and
It wasn't him.
He and Maxwell were not the only ones diddling little children. They were selling them.
It's disgusting.
That's what it means. And I'm not trying to put. I can't. I don't want to put myself in the mind of Maxwell. I can't go that depraved. But if I was her, I would be negotiating for every name
everything too.
I give you. I get
She wants to
6
pull him
months
down,
off.
doesn't she? I mean, she also wants to drag him down with her.
Well, I mean, again, I'm with Steve. I can't think inside a child sex trafficker's brain, but you would imagine if you're spending that much time in jail, you're like, screw you guys. A bunch of the people who I'm about to go testify in front of did the same thing, and no one wants to admit it, and I'm the one taking the fall for all of you. So screw you.
They're walking around free,
Right.
and I'm not.
Right.
Like, no.
Right.
Well, but again, which is why I hate the term demands, especially with the like, oh, I'll only do it on a certain date. Oh, you have to wait until the Supreme Court rules. Oh, you have to. But as far as the immunity goes, I don't see a reason why Congress would not give that to her if they really wanted this information. It does seem suspect to me that they're so quick to be like, no, we're not going to give you that. Really?
They never move on anything quickly. Those guys, you can't get an answer out of Congress on anything, especially if it's important. So all of a sudden, like, no, no, we didn't have to think about it.
We literally just read your letter and we already have an answer for you. It's no. Like, wow, that was really prompt. Why is that? What do you guys? You're not hiding anything, are you? Because that would be crazy. It just gives you, gives you a little bit of a concern there. All right, let's go ahead and you know what, gentlemen? We didn't even bust out the whiskey.
No, we didn't.
Dang it. Afterwards.
Yeah, happy hour.
Okay, all right. Well, I've got an interview that's like actually kind of serious. So I need to let me do that. I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. I'm going to do that. And then we're going to meet back up for happy hour.
All right.
And then that'll be like Sara Gonzales Unfiltered After Dark.
Deal.
We need to do that.
Sara Gonzales Unfiltered After Dark.
Oh my gosh, what a great idea.
Yeah.
We totally get cancelled.
Steven,
Totally get demonetized.
Steven, can we do that?
I can make things happen, but we need to talk about
that. Okay. All right. What if can we get formal immunity also?
I don't know. It depends. What are we negotiating?
What are you demanding, Sarah?
I'll give you my list of demands later.
Okay. Fair.
Anywho. All right. Gentlemen, Matthew Marsden. Make sure, by the way, go subscribe to his YouTube channel, Matthew D. Marsden. Make sure to do that. It sends a message that you support conservative content. You support conservatives like us. So make sure that you're doing that. And make sure that you support my friend Steve Baker's work as well. He really is, I would say, he's not saying it, I'm saying it. He's kind of putting his life at risk with the work that he does. And he doesn't really care who the bad guys are. He just wants to make sure that they're all exposed, regardless of whether they're on our side or on the other side. And there's a lot of danger to that. So make sure that you go support his work, give him a follow on X, and make sure that you go check out all of his work over at theblaze.com. Anything else that I need to tell them where to go?
Pretty much covers it. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. You're welcome, gentlemen. Thank you guys for being here. We'll be right back. Well, a great friend of the program, Oklahoma State Superintendent Ryan Walters, is now facing, I gotta say, I saw the accusations and I was like, this seems out of left field, that they say he had porn playing on one of his monitors in his office during, I guess, a meeting with board members on the Oklahoma State Board of Education. And there were a couple of the board members who make this allegation. None of it really seems to make sense. And I said to myself, you know what? Why don't I just go straight to the source, Oklahoma Superintendent himself, Ryan Walters, look him in his eye right there and ask him, Ryan, is this at all true?
No. Listen, I've faced a lot of lies since coming into office and attacks. We have board members that fought us, making sure that illegal immigrants weren't taking all this money from our schools. We had board members that fought us on our social studies standards. They weren't able to fight and win on any of those things. So then they launched this crazy attack on me, on my character, that's absolutely outrageous. We have a cable network TV here in the office. This is an outrageous lie that they've concocted to try to set me up, to try to take me out, and to try to stop this MAGA agenda in Oklahoma. But let me tell you, we are moving forward strong, and we're going to keep going.
Yeah, I'm really glad to hear that. And I heard, Ryan, if you could tell me, so it's the two members in particular, right? What is it? Ryan Dietrich and Becky Carson. Is there anything that those two people have in common?
Yeah, they do. These two board members were put on within the last few months to literally disrupt every board meeting. So they will refuse to vote on our minutes. They tried to block our history standards to put the Bible back in school. They tried to block a new patriotic school from coming into the state. We brought in the American Virtual Academy. They're awesome. We're one of the first states to bring them in. They tried to shut that down in the board meeting. It didn't work. And now they've concocted this lie to try to further disrupt the board meeting, to try to shut everything down. And we move forward. American Patriot Academy is in Oklahoma now. We have moved forward with the history standards. We have moved forward to ensure that we have an accounting of how much illegal immigration has cost our schools. So they haven't been successful. So now they're trying this outrageous lie, and we will fight back. It was in coordination with the teachers union to try to push this lie out. And of course, we've got the fake news media, and there will be repercussions for these lies that they've peddled that are provably false. And we have proven to be false already, but we will continue down that line.
Do you think that there's a chance that they could, Ryan, I mean, this is obviously a very serious allegation that they are waging against you. And when proven to be false, could they be removed from their posts? And if so, is that like, would the governor be the one to have to do that? Like, what is that process?
Yeah, they should resign immediately. I've already called for their resignation. This is an outright lie. It's already a provable lie that any of my devices were connected, that I had any wrongdoing in this whatsoever. So we've already said, Governor, they should resign. And Governor, you've got some questions to answer. They're your board members. Mm-hmm. So were you a part of this? Did you tell them to concoct a lie to stop all this? I mean, our governor was anti-Trump. He has continued to fight President Trump's agenda. So he's got some answers for this as well. Are they taking direction from you? If not, they need to be out of here tomorrow. So there's a lot of questions that need to be answered here, but we've demanded their resignation. They've got to go. This is the most outrageous lie that's been launched at an official in our state. And so we're saying there's got to be repercussions for that. And so we've absolutely called for that, but there will be more to come.
It's really, it's disheartening because, you know, you see what happens at the federal level where we're just now finding out through DNI Tulsi Gabbard and, you know, these documents that are being released that there is a deep state and they really do try to control the narrative on everything. And then you hear these things happen and you're like, oh, I guess there's a deep state in the deep red area of Oklahoma, which is really depressing when you think about that because we talked one time and you told me, didn't you say that like all of the counties in Oklahoma voted for President Trump and the America First agenda, and yet you have these deep state hacks that are trying to prevent America First from being implemented?
That's exactly right. Every county in Oklahoma voted for President Trump, not once, not twice, but 3 straight elections. This is MAGA county. This is MAGA country. And what you see, though, is an establishment. And unfortunately, as you know, the establishment are Democrats and unfortunately a lot of Republicans. And what you see is they don't like the MAGA agenda. You know, they'll act like they support President Trump and then go try to undermine all of his initiatives along the way. And that's what we've seen here in Oklahoma. That's where we've had to fight back against these establishment Republicans just as hard as the Democrats. Frankly, in a state like Oklahoma, they're a bigger problem than the Democrats. There's not enough Democrats to really stop anything. It is the establishment Republicans that partner with the teachers unions and all of these other establishment blocs to stop the MAGA agenda from coming into fruition.
Ryan, do you have any idea, like, was there anything, I heard that you have Fox News on your monitors, like on your TV screens most of the time, which, you know, I mean, I'll give you like half bonus points for that. Really, it should be the Blaze, but it's okay. I'll give you I'll let you apologize. It's fine. I'll give you a pass. But I mean, in all seriousness, like, did they just like missee something on Fox News? Does anyone have any idea? Or did they just literally say, we're going to get together and we're going to concoct some giant lie to take down this guy because we don't like that he is implementing the Trump agenda?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out right now is just where in the world did this come from? Where in the world would they come up with such a lie and an accusation like this to then push it and accuse me of things that are absolutely heinous, that absolutely did not do? And so that's what we're going to hold them accountable for is, again, this is absolute nonsense. These are absolute lies. And again, those individuals will account for those lies that they've told.
Good. I'm glad that you're going on offense. These people need to be stopped and they need to be held fully accountable. I don't care if you're a board member on the Oklahoma State Board of Education. I don't care if you are a deep state hack at the federal level. I don't care if you are a CNN, low-life loser who's reporting fake news on purpose. Like, all of these people who are spreading lies about people intentionally to take them down need to be held to account. And I am very proud to call you my friend. And I'm glad that you are going on offense against these people because they're disgusting and they need to be stopped.
Thank you, Sarah. And look, I'm not going to back down. We're fighting for the parents of Oklahoma. We're fighting to bring that MAGA agenda forward. You've seen President Trump take the most heinous attacks in the country, and he's continued to move forward with his agenda. We'll have his back. We will continue to move forward. We will not stop, no matter what the lies, no matter what the political attacks are.
Yeah. And by the way, congrats. I feel like this shadowed your news that you mentioned earlier. Tell us again what what is it? American Patriot Academy?
American Virtual Academy. And their mission statement is, they want a patriotic education. They want kids to love this country. So we've brought it into the state for all Oklahoma kids have access to it. We have full school choice here. So we're telling parents, hey, this is a great option for you. We want our kids to love America. We put that in all of our history standards across the state. When you go to our schools, we're unapologetic. We want you to love this country.
That's amazing. Really, really amazing news. And I'm proud to call you a friend. Thank you so much. Let us know what we can do to help take down these fools. Ryan Walters, Oklahoma State Superintendent. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah.
These people make me so mad. They think that they can just get away with just total lies, especially when you're talking about, this guy is a father, a husband and a father. And his family has to listen to these lies being spewed about him simply because these hacks don't agree with the decisions, not that he's made, but the decisions that he is making on behalf of all of the Oklahomans who voted for the MAGA agenda. It's disgusting, and I hope they are held fully accountable. That's it for us on Sara Gonzales Unfiltered. We will see you guys tomorrow.